Brothers, welcome back to another episode of the Rising Kings podcast. Always awesome to be in this seat. My name's Ben Salkeld. I'm the founder and the director of the Rising Kings men's movement, where we focus heavily on optimizing performance and at the same time having just a bit of fun. Just enjoying life at this age, doing all the important and fun things at the same time. Anyway, today's episode, I'm going to be talking about capacity. But before I rip in around capacity and what it is and why it matters, and I'd almost go as far as to say, like, it's almost the one thing that if we focus on building our capacity, all the other desirable outcomes we're looking for, right on the precipice of it. But before I do that, that's keeping you on the hook, man. Keeping you on the hook. I just want to give you a quick update into my world, which is something I'm doing here on the pod moving forward. Just because I've had some feedback saying, dude, what are you doing? Tell us. Not because I just love sharing my life and how I operate and how I roll. Anyway, Last Man Standing, those who heard last episode, Last Man Standing, which is also called the Backyard Ultra. I think the name Backyard Ultra just sounds cooler. 2 weeks out from hitting this thing. And for those that are new to the world of the Backyard Ultra, it's you run 6.7 kilometers every hour on the hour until you give up. Well, really until you beat all the guys that you know in the race that you want to beat, and then you can pack it in. So, yeah, doing that. And I think one of the other things, like just as we're leading up to that, is I just want to do a big shout out to brother Dino. Dino was on the, I think it was last week or the week before's pod. Definitely worth listening to it. This is a brother who we've been hanging out and spending a lot of time together over the past 4 or 5 plus years. And he recently went to Burning Man and comes back and just shares like the epiphanies that came out of Burning Man. Like, I don't know, those who, like me, have the desire to go to a Burning Man at some point to let go of all responsibilities and unpack what sits underneath. That's the episode where he shares all. And so last weekend, as we're training for the Last Man Standing event, we decided to do a little tester, run 5Ks every 45 minutes. And so we found a good little loop near Brother Dino's house and we ran it. And shout out to Brother Dino. I think like the longest run he had done previously to the Backyard Ultra test that we just threw out there on a Saturday was about 18 Ks, and we ended up clocking 42 Ks. So we ran a marathon. So it was like the Backyard Marathon, and now we're training for the Backyard Ultra. So I just want to shout out to him, but also to all the other brothers, man. Like, just while I've got the mic here for a second, like this is the power of surrounding yourself with epic dudes, like great men, like being part of something that you can just throw down a challenge like that. Because I was just like, dude, like let's just run 5Ks every 45 minutes, see what happens, how it feels. You know, we'll just throw it down one weekend, and you know, you get dudes who are like, yeah, let's do it, let's have a crack, let's see what happens. And that's the power of it, man. Like just always pushing outside the normal realm to go and do amazing stuff, like just challenging. I get that that's the physical, but also doing, you know, like mental challenges, you know, physical challenge, emotional challenges, spiritual challenges. So I just want to shout out like that. That's the power, man. The power when you have the right people in your network, in your circle, just being able to do really cool stuff like that. And so that's where I'm at. That's what's going on. And today's, though, discussion, and I'll keep you guys updated on the training, etc. Today's discussion is around capacity and why I believe this is the thing, the actual piece of the puzzle we should be looking at on a day-to-day basis. It's that important. And here's why. So I thought about this and I thought, like, let me just give you a really, like, paint an analogy for you. So those who are listening, or you're not going to get the visuals here, but the people who are watching on YouTube, I'll just use a couple of basic visuals. But I want you to think about, I've got this small jug, it holds like a liter, let's say. And that jug, represents your life. So you have this 1 liter container that represents your life. And what I mean by that is it holds all the stuff that you got to do, all the things, as beautiful chosen one likes to call them, the things, all the things. Yeah, this is like bills and mortgages and kids and health and marriage and, making sure that the bins are taken out and making sure that you do all the necessary things on a day-to-day basis to live life, to make the money, to put the roof over your head, to, save up and go on holidays, but also to, the way that you nurture and nourish your children and, keeping a marriage alive and healthy and excited and, on point. Like these are all the things on a day-to-day basis. And you have through the analogy, a 1 liter container. Now, what I've noticed, and if you think about the container as capacity, what I have found and seen, and I've seen this even in myself, is that most of us are operating at full capacity. We feel like we are full. And so I'm sure there's a few brothers that can relate to this, where it's like, dude, I am so busy. So busy. It's like a bit of a running joke I have with myself, and sometimes I speak with some of the brothers, like, who wins the world's busiest man competition? Because there's a lot of us in it. There are a lot of us in the busiest man competition. You have no idea how busy I am, man. Like I got business and I got kids and I got bills and I got mortgages and I got teams and I got staff and I got da-da-da-da-da. Anyway, I digress. The busyness. But most of us are operating at full capacity. What that means is that our 1 liter container can't actually handle more water. If I take a bigger container that I've got over here, which is life, and it needs to pour more responsibilities on you because that is life. That is life as a human. That is life as a man. That is life as a business owner, father, husband, etc. Responsibilities. And they don't stop coming. But when we are full and we're at capacity, our container's at capacity, what happens? The responsibilities don't stop. It's not like life all of a sudden goes, oh, dude, he's full. Just chill. Just back off for a second. Ben's full, man. Give him a break. I'm laughing at this because I'm thinking, hey, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? That'd be nice. The higher power just goes, yeah, that dude needs a break. Just ease off a bit. Let the guy sort out his little capacity here, and then we can start turning it back on again. But life doesn't stop, brother. It keeps pouring responsibilities in. And one of a couple of things happen. The more that goes in, we keep pouring it in because we can't let it overflow, and so we let it more in. And all of a sudden, the pressure builds up. And pressure leads to stress in the container. And that's my engineering skills coming back out. Stress. And as the pressure and the stress build up and build up and build up, what happens? Eventually, the container, your capacity, will break. It will crack. And what does that look like, Ben? That is the flare-ups, yelling at the kids, having an argument with chosen one, getting really frustrated when people cut you off in traffic or cut in line at the coffee queue. These are the breaks. And if we're not careful, the breaks turn into massive holes that can lead to things like depression, anxiety, PTSD, a complete shutdown of the system because the pressure and the stress just got too high that I'm done, man. I can't take on any more responsibilities. I have to shut down. And that's what I mean by this is the most important thing. Most men that I speak with, they tell me, dude, I just need more time. I just need more money. Now, I just need more clarity. Once I've got those things, then I can do more. Yeah, I can start doing more and taking on more of these responsibilities. But first, dude, I need the time. Give me the time. Give me the money. Give me the clarity. Give me the confidence. All these things. Not dismissing that they serve and they help, but they don't solve the root problem, which is a capacity problem. And that's what I want to share with you right now, is it's not about just emptying the container, because you can't just switch things off. I can't go, hey, I've got my 1 liter container, my capacity, my life capacity. I just can't handle the bills anymore. I can't handle, the mortgage repayments anymore. The business responsibilities. I'm done, dude. I just need a break while I empty some stuff out of a container. Like, kids, if you could just pause it for a week, just pretend like I don't have kids for a week while I just sort of empty my container a little bit here, and then I can take a bit more on. Like, that's not reality, brother. And so we've got a problem because the responsibilities keep coming in, yet our container is not expanding. We are just dealing with more stress and pressure. And so the way to fix this that I have found over the past 15 years of working on myself, what I call personal knowledge, going into the realm of personal development and then going very deep on one's individual self, personal knowledge, and sharing and working on this with other men through Rising Kings over the past 7 years, I have found that there is a way to expand your capacity. Expanding your capacity means I can deal with more responsibilities. I can level up here. I can actually take my health to the next level. I can take my business to the next level. I can take my connection with Chosen One and the children to the next level. How? By expanding my capacity. And so over the years, through the work, what I've landed on is there are really three core pillars that dial in with capacity. Those three are this. One is routine, a daily routine. In that routine, here in Rising Kings, we run a very specific set of daily disciplines. However, if you're just starting out, it's just like some form of morning routine that awakens you, lights you up, and creates the room and the space to be able to deal with the onslaught of responsibilities that are coming your way, the fire hose of life, right? The meditation, journaling, cold showers, exercise, insert, right? Routine. The second is structure. Structure means actually knowing what are you working on? Where are you going to invest your time today? What actually matters here? Like, what are we trying to achieve? And then building the structures around it to eliminate and remove the distractions that are tugging at us, that are trying to take up all our time, effort, and energy, and holding our container at a small level. And then the third is discipline. I left discipline last for a reason. Routines, you can go and get them. Structure, you can go and find it. Time management, productivity, all those things, how to figure out priorities, blah, blah, blah. Not saying that they're dismissive, but you need good structure. But routine and structure, there's a lot of information and that out there. But discipline's the activation. Discipline's the work. How many times do we start something but never hold with it? So we get the brand new routine. Oh, this is nice. Oh, we get the new structure or the to-do, the new to-do system. Getting things done by David Allen. All these, oh man, this is good. 3 weeks in. Still using the system? No. I'm doing what I was before the system. Why? I don't have the discipline, man. Like it's work, it's effort. I'm kind of back at where I was before, just doing a million things. My capacity is still at 1 liter, but I don't have the discipline to uphold it. So you need all three though. You need the routine, you need the structure, and you need the discipline, brother. And that expands your capacity. Not just the capacity to deal with what the day is now. I'm talking future capacity. Because don't we want a bigger future? Don't we want a better future? Think about that. Bigger and better. And they're the two terms that get thrown out a lot. Oh man, I just want to be a better husband. I just want to be a better father. Cool, man. How are you doing that? This is where it is. It's in capacity. When you expand your capacity, guess what? There's one big key ingredient that I'm going to wrap up on here that really serves the man at the highest and deepest level, that I think if you dig down, this is what we really desire and seek right now to support ourselves and our families. It's this. Bigger capacity allows you and enables you and empowers you to work on yourself. And so it becomes an investment. As my capacity expands, I now have more room and space, even time to work on myself. And by working on myself, I expand my capacity. And so now you run these two things together, working on myself, expanding my capacity. And as I expand my capacity, I get more space to work on myself and bring in further responsibilities, more connection with Chosen One, higher levels of deeper connection with your children, more confidence, more feeling like more control over your life, more happiness, more fun, more joy, more adventure, like insert all the things you are desiring right now, even money, man, money. Because when we expand our capacity, we think differently. We're not in scarcity mode, making short-term decisions that don't serve us in the long term, that hold us back. The scarcity thinking. But with bigger capacity, we have abundant thinking. And with abundant thinking, there's more options out there. And that's the power of capacity. And that's my point today, my brother. So I trust this has served. Think about it. All the things that you want right now, wherever you're listening to this, the busiest man on earth. I got you, man. I hear. We can't be too far apart. I reckon we're pretty close on the busyness scale. Yet it's like one of us is working on ourselves. Is the other one? Is the other one doing the work? Is he building the capacity? Are you working on your capacity? Because, brother, it's got to be priority one. Priority one. You can try and empty your 1 liter container at the same rate that more responsibilities come into your life. What I would say most think is balance. I just need to balance my life, man. Oh, yeah. Show me how you empty your container at the rate of the new responsibilities and the more responsibilities and the growth comes in. I think it's impossible. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some dudes out there who have the balance. But I'm a big fan of just expand your capacity, bro. Then you can take on more. Bigger, better, more connected, more fun, more confidence, more joy, high levels of clarity, living a great life. So, brother, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I trust this serves. As always, if you find value in this, share it with others. Please get the word out there. Subscribe if you'd like to hear me throw things down each week for you. And then finally, I want to connect with you guys. I want to know who's listening to this thing. And so below, if you're listening to this on Spotify or one of those players, down below there's a link and you can send a message. Now, I'm not asking you to say, "Hey man, you're awesome." I just shoot me a message. "Dude, I tune in. This is where I'm from." Or, "Ben, I don't agree with you, man. I think you." I don't think capacity is the problem. I think it's just sweet, man. Share it. Tell us what's up. Love to hear from you. Send a big love. As always, stay strong. See you next week. Peace.